crystal ball gazing ahead to the ABSA Off-Road Championship Series continues, and the one team that made a big splash in 2005 was the Motorrad Insurance Administrators squad, who had what could only be termed as a dream-come-true win in Class B. At the 2006 announcement of their new-look team, it was clear that these lads were just going to pick up where they left off when Evan Hutchinson won Class B in the Special Vehicle Championship ahead of some more fancied crews. This year, they boast one more national champion, the production car title winner, as Alfie Cox has joined team manager Hutchison in the hunt for more big-time trophies.
We've got some new exciting news for the Motorrad team for 2006. We have the introduction of two new team members. Firstly, we've got production car champion Alfie Cox, who's moving across to special vehicles. He's going to come and give it a go in the Motorrad team. And second of all, we've got Brandon Harkis, who's back from America, and he's going to be campaigning his single-seater in the Class A Championship as well. So our whole new setup, bigger team, all of us will be competing in Class A. Myself, I'll be moving from Class B to Class A with this new car. We've designed a new Spec 2 BAT, which hopefully will be the latest technology available to go and take on this Class A challenge. Put a lot of time and effort into this car, and hopefully the technology we're bringing to this championship will be the best technology out there and give us the best possible chance of taking the championship.
Concerning the rebuild, what did that entail, and what does the car boast under that big hood?
We've built a new BAT Spec 2, which is basically a development from the Spec 1, with a whole lot of changes. We're running a Chevy LS2 motor, which is a 6-litre, 510 horsepower motor. Fortin sequential gearbox, 5-speed, and those are two of the major changes. The majority of other changes on the car that we beefed up suspension. We have longer travel on the front. We are running a mid-mount configuration, which is what we believe would suit our local conditions better. So we've changed a whole lot of small things compared to the Spec 1 that we believe should make us quicker and more nimble for our local conditions.
One man who knows all about local conditions is Motorbike Supremo and the national production car champ, the mustachioed Alfie Cox from KwaZulu-Natal. It took him only 2 seasons to find his petrol and clutch feet, and from there it was A or Alfie for away. This time, though, the diminutive racer is behind the wheel of a Motorrad BAT for the season due to his Dakar Rally commitments for the year 2007. Yet another challenge for the small man with a big heart.
I think everybody knows that I won't be driving in the pickup for 2006. With the plans for the Dakar next year, it wasn't going to happen, but I didn't really want to sit out for the year, and it was fantastic to get a phone call from Motorrad to say there's a Sandmaster available and would I like to drive it, and sure. It is a different, I would say, not technology, but totally different way of driving, and it's a new challenge. I mean, moving from motorcycles to cars was also a challenge for me, but to win the championship last year was fantastic, and to get into a Sandmaster and to see what capabilities. I know that they always say it's much faster in a Sandmaster, and I think this is the year for the Sandmasters to show the pickups who's the kings of off-road racing, like it used to be 10, 15 years ago. So I think to have a teammate like Evan and Brandon, it's going to be really great, and a new challenge for us for 2006.
For Alfie Cox, racing in the space frame cars brings back memories, but he knows he'll have his work cut out for him.
I remember about 25 years ago when Bix Caronen was the king of Sandmasters, and the late Arthur Harkis. I used to always ask them if I could load their car on the trailers after we finished racing, and finish the motorcycle before the cars in those days when in the South African Champs. And then they used to let me drive the car around the Mabatu car park. I used to just shoot out into the bush a little bit. So that's the most I've ever done in a Sandmaster. And it's going to be a new challenge, but a new way of driving. But I like a challenge, and just to have this opportunity, I've got to be happy with it.
In Class A, there are several newcomers and no one has dominated. Clearly, the key to winning the category would be consistency.
Well, I think in the Sandmasters, I know the Class A, there's so many newcomers that have come to it. It's difficult to say, because it's when I've looked over the last 2-3 years, the guy that wins one race. You never have a consistent winner. Somebody like Terence Marsh, I think he won one race last year and he won the championship. So consistency. We've had the Bertolds that have come with big horsepower, big this and that, and not finished every race. So I think consistency is what wins this special vehicle category, and that's the thing that I'm going to adapt and take it. So I would not say who's going to be the favourites, because there has never been a shining star that's won every single race. So we've always had a winner here and a winner there, but the Diamond Diggers, for sure, they did half the championship, half the series, and they won more than half the races, I think. So sure, I think they would be the guys to challenge. But this new monster that Evan is building, but it's a big step, I think, from Class B to Class A. So I think he's got to get used to it as well. So yeah, I couldn't say who's going to be the one, but consistency for sure will play the key to winning this championship this year.
Wise words from a man who should know. As for the other new man on the team, Brandon Harkis, he's learnt a lot in the United States, even though he raced for Motorrad twice in 2005.
Well, 2006 can be very exciting for me, just returning from America. Really looking forward to the year. This year's going to be a lot different for me. Having sold BAT Racing, it gives me a chance to concentrate on my own racing for a change. Give me a lot more time to focus on what I want to do. And to have the opportunity to come back to Motorrad team, although I did 2 races for them last year, having that opportunity in 2006 is going to give me a really good chance in the championship and to have overall race wins. And I think this year it's definitely war on the production vehicles. It's our best chance this year. Evan's got a brand new car. We've got guys like Alfie Cox coming in, who's a legend of motorsport in South Africa. So from our team's point of view, we've probably got a really good chance to shine this year, not only in the championship, but on individual race wins. So 2006 can be a great season for us. I'm really looking forward to it.
At the Atlas Copco HQ, Gary Berthold and his co-driver Henry Kirstein were checking out the latest developments and building of their new specification BAT. The canary yellow car will no doubt draw attention as it streaks around. Berthold started off the season with a win in the Nissan Sugarbelt 400 last year and is hoping to kick off the new season with exactly that kind of form. As for Kirstein, he changes seats.
Yes, 2006 I think is going to be an awesome year in racing, with a new Spec 1 BAT, with Atlas Copco on board as a sponsor. I think me and Gary can only do good. Obviously, it's something brand new to me to navigate. I was driving for the past 17 years, but I'm sure that the experience I've picked up over the years, by this time I should know what a driver wants to know and need to know in a car. And the main thing is we must start finishing races. To win races is one thing, to win a championship is another thing. But we all know the Berthold brothers, they fast and they're furious, but that's why I'm there. I'll try to calm him down a bit, and I know we're going to do good, especially with the service crew we got and all the facilities and our sponsors, Atlas Copco on board. We have to come with results at the end of the year and prove to everybody that we definitely going to be the team to be beat.
That's war talk if ever we've heard it. Kirstein has years of experience, and both the Berthold boys are known to be a bit over-enthusiastic at times. If Henry can harness that and guide it in the right direction, then the Yellow Submarine may well be downing a few big fish in 2006.
Well, racing in the new Atlas Copco BAT Spec 1 for 2006 with Henry Kirstein as my navigator should be an interesting year. We're going to go for the championship. Having Henry as a navigator, previously a driver with experience in racing, could be an advantage. I'm sure that together with this formidable vehicle that we're now going to be racing, it should be a successful year for us. No longer technical failures. They've pretty much been ironed out in the previous year by my brother Bevan, now driving in the Toyota factory team. So that should be an interesting race as well.
And millimeters make a big difference.
10 now, 10 more. 15, sir. Is it back on 15?
Yeah, it's 15 now.
Oh, well, let's keep it like that. You know,
Just leave it.
Yeah, now that we've turned these guards back, it's going to...
As for the L&J plant hire team, they started slow but finished fast.
We had a bit of a slow start. Sugarbelt wasn't too bad. We finished, I think, 4th. Then we started getting played with gremlins and with the engine management system. We've we overcame the problem by trading the car in and upgrading to a new car, which we've got, the new BAT Spec 1, which we're extremely happy with. And yeah, the last 3 races since we've had this car, we did extremely well. We got a second at Polokwane, first at Ladenburg, and a second at Carnival.
And that netted them 5th place on the championship log with 62 points. If they can build on the momentum they captured in 2006, look out in the special vehicle category.
We had a couple of problems with heating, so we've decided to put an extra radiator in. We're going to be sticking it in just below the main radiator, which we're in the process of doing at the moment. Bar that, everything else was fine.
In Class A, the men known as the Diamond Diggers, Gerard du Plessis and Ferdi Segers, will also be labelled as favourites, so look out for them. So the 2006 season is shaping up to be a humdinger. There's been lots of talk leading up to the start of it all, but now the time for talking is finally over. As we leave you with some of the sights, sounds and intrigues of the 2005 season, the engines have already started revving for the first round of the Absa Off-Road Championship that's on at the Nissan Dealer 400 in the Western Cape on Friday and Saturday, 17 and 18 March. It is extreme off-road, and you'll be there at every turn of the wheel by just tuning into Supersport. Please check your local listings for our telecast times of all the highs and lows of the 06 season. Until then, you keep it on the road, and we'll keep it off-road.